Moving over to the second division of doubles. Good to have Hormaetxea back here with Ubilla behind him. They take on Douglas and Manny. Overall, this second division team for the Fireballs, couple subs in there, just 1 and 5. Flipping over to this Douglas and Manny team, 5 and 2 in their 7 matches. One of the top teams in Division 2 against one of the bottom teams record-wise. See how this one goes. Hormaetxea and Ubilla will serve. There's a serve by Hormaetxea. We begin with a missed ball in the service box. And first point goes to the Fireballs.
Yeah, that ball was coming across the service box. Seemed to be right in the sweet spot there for Douglas. Douglas had his cest up. He just didn't touch it.
Hard serve again. Manny picks this one up at the 10 line. Ball missed on the left side of Ubilla. Trading points early on. It's 1-1. Douglas and Manny serve. Ubilla's got this one. High, hard backhand. Manny reaches in from the left side. Ubilla now up at the 10. Powerful throw. Kicks off the sidewall. Manny runs under it. Ubilla now back beyond the 11 line. Hard throw to the inside. Douglas steps back. Lobs it up along the sidewall to Ubilla again. Backhand. Here's Douglas now backed up to the 10. Lobs it up. Pulled in by Ubilla. Ubilla's backhand just does clear. Back to the left side of Manny. Manny higher and harder. Ubilla runs around this one. Here's the backhand. Kick off the sidewall. Controlled by Manny back in the corner. This one comes out low and hard. Douglas steps in there. Cuts it off of the 9. Backhand along the wall. Pulled in by Ubilla. Good stop by Manny. Comes out hard from the left side. Dropping. Picked off by Ubilla.
Beautiful catch.
Manny from deeper in the backcourt. Puts it along the wall. Ubilla out of the way. Hormaetxea gets in there for the left side rebote. Hormaetxea, what a catch. Backed up to the 10 line. Low runner to the inside. There's Douglas. Awful return. Here's Ubilla now from the corner. Backhand. Hard to the inside. Dropping. Here's Douglas on the rebote. Lifted to the backcourt. Ubilla runs under it. Powerful return. Another rebote out for Douglas. Caught off the sidewall. Here's Hormaetxea. Ubilla up at the 11. Lobs this one up again. Manny keeps it on the left side. One caught the corner. Ubilla steps up. Same spot. Harder throw. That crosses. Douglas reaches in. Good catch. Ubilla now back there at the 12. Higher and harder. Still not going to get this one past Manny. Manny. Lower and harder. Back to the forehand of Hormaetxea. He whips it inside. Douglas comes back for the rebote all alone. He makes a save. Hormaetxea looking to attack. There's a drop shot. Dropped inside. Manny gets there before the second bounce. Low runner on the return. Ubilla has to dig out a tough rebote. He does. Douglas, inside placement. Ubilla lets it pass again. He's got the rebote back to back. Douglas aggressively. There's a drop shot. Not droppy enough. Hormaetxea gets there in plenty of time. Low runner back in the corner. Manny now on the rebote. Oh, drops between the Fireballs. Good control by Ubilla. Forehand clears. Back to the right side of Manny. Ubilla now from the 10 line. Backhand 2 wall is too wide.
That was a chaotic point.
Douglas and Manny get their second point lead, 2-1. Yes, it was, too.
Ubilla solidly on the catching. Haven't seen him use that power that he has on the left side. Don't know if he's having any difficulty pushing off to make the throw. Just haven't seen that explosive power.
Oh, powerful bullet. Manny steps like around it and plays the rebote. Nice save. Hormaetxea. Low runner again. Stopped by Manny. Manny goes up the middle. Ubilla gets in there on the right side. Powerful throw. Ooh, Manny stops this one. Forehand over the top. On the bounce, here's Ubilla from the 10. Both Warriors went for it. Douglas has to save it on the back end, keeps it in play. Ubilla up at the 9 line, low runner inside. Douglas calls him off and turns the rebote deep in the backcourt. Ball floating, and it's tipped. Third point for Douglas and Manny.
And definitely tipped. That was on the wrong side of the cesta. Tough play going for the ball there at the side wall. Hormaetxea is usually spot on.
Hard throw to the inside. Look at Douglas, gets in there to cut it off. Ubilla makes the catch overhead, backhand to the inside, right in the corner. Manny with a good play. Ubilla from the left side, lower and harder. Douglas reaches in to cut it off. Powerful backhand right there. There's Ubilla. This one cutting closer to the side wall. Stopped by Ubilla. Ubilla hard from the left side, back to Manny. Manny looking to pass. This one's kicking up and out. Robote forehand right on the wall. All Hormaetxea can do with it. Douglas runs around it, whips it to the inside. That one scores. Another point for the Warriors. They now lead 4-1.
Again, Douglas not using more traditional kill shots, drop shots, two walls, etc. Out catching his opponents. And that one was a kill shot. You're just killing it to the inside.
Well placed serve. Here's Ubilla. Oh, runner inside. Manny out there early. Turns the Robote. Catch along the side wall. Here's Ubilla. This one out of reach of Douglas. Riding the side wall. Has to play it on the back end. Robote save inside. Cut off. Here's Ubilla. Another powerful throw. Dropping into the corner. Saved by Douglas. Ubilla gets up to it. Powerful throw at the 9 line. Right to Douglas. There's the backhand. Leaping grab by Ubilla back in the corner. This one comes out a little bit higher. Manny with a play. Ubilla pulls it out at the last second. There's a forehander Robote. Caught on the forehand of Manny. Robote left side by Hormaetxea. Douglas couldn't get there. Manny navigates some traffic, comes away with it. Comes over the top, picked up on the bounce. Here's Ubilla. Powerful runner. Takes a bounce off the floor. Douglas saves the Robote. Hormaetxea attacking. Stays inside with it. Manny, good read. There's the backhand. Just out of reach of Ubilla. Hormaetxea off his footing, powers it into the corner. Stopped overhead by Manny. Manny comes over the top. Ubilla, good control up overhead. There's the backhand. Launched in the corner, high off the back wall. Douglas controls it. Played back to the left side of Ubilla. Backhand just above the pad. Douglas keeps the pressure on. Low bullet. Caught by Ubilla again. Manny back there at the 12, slows it down. This one takes a bounce. Hormaetxea gets in there. Robote high off the front wall. Douglas reaching back behind him. Low and hard on the forehand, picked up by Hormaetxea. Rifles it into the corner. Robote again, tipped by Ubilla. Well played point goes to the Warriors. 5 points gives them a possible set point.
Ubilla's catching had been absolutely solid throughout the last 2 points. Started introducing a bit more power there on the left side, but that one just came to his forehand. Went right by him.
Ooh, low, hard forehand. Manny from the left side.
That was dangerous for everybody standing in front of him.
Ubilla comes out hard again. Manny steps in there. There's the backhand. Dropping low. Ubilla got it. That one just out of reach. Hormaetxea, Robote left side. Big bounce. Interference ruled. The point will be replayed.
You literally, if you go back and you see that as they try to get out of each other's way, a head goes over someone's shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, that one was close. I just don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, Hormaetxea and Douglas have got to get out of the way. I mean, there's no question about. I mean, it was just after that the interference occurred.
Yeah. Oh, bullet inside, off the side wall. What a catch by Manny. This one picked off up in the front. 2 wall, that's too low. Point and set. Douglas and Manny take it 6-1. 2 minutes, we'll come back and play set number 2.
Yeah, so when the player who has the ball has to have full range of motion on the backhand or on the forehand. And we do have a few players within the league that take, shall we say, some liberty as they make the catch on the right side and they extend fully and they take that step. It does force their opponents off to the right. It does.
Yes.
And it's kind of, I wouldn't call it dirty play, but it's like borderline dirty. It's a very short list of guys who do that. Ubilla, for the most part, I haven't seen do that. But it's definitely, one way or the other, it doesn't make a difference. As long as he doesn't stop his motion, as long as he doesn't hold the ball, he can do that. And it's the responsibility of anybody who's in front of him to get out of the way. The interference call in the back that we didn't show it on the replay, but it literally Manny's head like rolled over Ubilla's shoulder. So,
yeah, there was contact,
yeah.
and it was late. Yeah. Not really much chance for Manny there in the back, which is why they made the call. The right call. Here's the rebote played inside and some replay.
Yeah, there you go.
It was a late little, you know, you're going to see here, it looks like Ubilla at the last second dip. Yeah, that is what I saw. And
yeah, his timing, Ubilla's timing was off. I believe that he was really sincerely trying to get out of the way, but just didn't really know where Manny was. And yeah, if you got a guy's helmet tapping you on the shoulder, it's gonna make catching the ball tricky at minimum.
That's why the rule is there in place, though, and Manny did the right thing. You don't want to give a player 2 chances to make the play. You don't want to go for the ball and then after you miss it, request interference. You got to do that before you go for the catch. Manny did. And ultimately, his Warriors side closed out the set 6-1.
Many years ago in a court in North Miami, it was very, very hot.
Yeah.
There was a beehive in the wall. Bees came onto the court. No one was really sure until someone got stung in the ear while they were playing. Yeah, how catch the ball with a bee stinging your ear. Second set.
There's a serve by Hormaetxea. Set 2 has begun. Backhand to the inside. Ubilla thought about it. Late notice there for Hormaetxea. Plays it high off the front wall. Douglas cuts it off. There's the backhand. Lobbed up to the 13 line. There's Ubilla. And he thought about it. Douglas plays the rebote on the back end. Hormaetxea attacks inside placement. Manny steps up, got that one in the air. Powerful return. Comes shooting off the back wall. Hormaetxea stays up at the 7 line, saves the rebote. Ubilla now from the forehand. Sidearm throw, kicking off the side wall, controlled in the backcourt. Manny comes over the top again. Ubilla comes in on the right side. Here's Douglas, low runner, right back to Ubilla. Steps around it, saves the rebote on the back end. Douglas cuts it off again. Hard throw, right back to him. Ubilla's back in the corner, catches that one. Manny back there to the 13. This one comes out a little lower. Ubilla steps up. There's the backhand. Low runner, step by Manny. Hormaetxea backed up to the 10 line. Tries to get this one to pass, and he does. Douglas waits on the rebote, powers it off the side wall, right to the costado. It's a 2-wall, and it scores. Hormaetxea and Ubilla get on the board first in our second set.
Hormaetxea has scored many points during battle courts so far, fall 2024, with this costado 2-wall. This is the first one he's broken out today.
Hormaetxea back on the inside. Runner into the corner. Here's Manny. The backhand opens up. Ubilla gets in there on the right side. Low and hard, right over Douglas, and it scores. 2 in a row for the Fireballs. They serve.
I mean, I'm crawling around in my seat here. I don't know about you, but I understand the opposing player's desire to move in because that's where the ball's going, but you got to let the ball pass you first before you start moving in. If you get hit, you're not going to do anybody any good.
Ubilla outside placement. Oh, what a stop by Douglas. High 3-wall play. Hormaetxea lines it up, tracks it down, returns a 2-wall, and it scores. It's 3 in a row now for the Fireballs. Hormaetxea serves.
So Douglas throws the high 3-wall, high carom about better than anyone else in all of battle court. That one didn't come out quite the way he likes it. He usually likes it a little bit closer to the cage. This one, Hormaetxea had a play, but look at that. I mean, I don't know that we've seen guys throw that off the
outside, returning a 2-wall. Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen that.
Fault over serve, second serve coming up.
Situational awareness is so important in high line, knowing how far away you are from the wall. both when you're catching and throwing.
Backhand to the inside. Oh, good stop by Ubilla. Bullet in the corner. Manny, good catch off the side wall. Ubilla now from deeper in the backcourt. Low runner. Manny out of the way. Douglas looking for the rebote. Lays it up high to the inside. Big bounce. Up over Ubilla. Hormaetxea gets back in there. This one floating along the sidewall. Manny comes up from the backcourt. Hard throw. Step by Ubilla. Here's Ubilla. Low runner trying to get it back to Manny. Douglas slides in, cuts it off. There's the backhand. Picked off the sidewall. Ubilla. Rebote forehand pushed outside. That lands out of play. That's 4 in a row now for the Fireballs to begin our second set.
That's a different throw for Douglas. I don't know that that didn't escape on him. I don't know that that was intentional.
Yeah, we sure it is.
Yeah, when a player does something that's so different than what we're used to seeing them do, it oftentimes is just it escapes, and by escapes means that he didn't have entire control over the ball.
Fault over serve, second serve coming up for Hormaetxea. Second serve is good. Manny switches to the forehand, sidearm play, crossing the sidewall. Hormaetxea back of the 9 line. Lays it up. Douglas has it in the middle of the court. He blasts it inside. Ubilla. Boy,
wow.
That one's in the pad.
Wow. Wow.
Good effort. Point goes to the Warriors. They're on the board in this second set now. Now we'll take another look at this one.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, Hormaetxea ducked and didn't realize how close he was.
And he accepts the apology, and we move on.
On the bounce, Ubilla picks this one up overhead. Forehand over the top. Douglas keeps it on the left side. What a play. Rebote, dug out by Hormaetxea. Manny waits on it, back of the 10. Sidearm throw, on the bounce, picked up by Ubilla. Rebote left side by Douglas, keeps it along the side wall. Stopped by Ubilla again, there's the backhand. Caught by Manny. Douglas off his footing, but that one's up in the overhead screen. 5 points for Hormaetxea and Ubilla. That is a possible set point for the Fireballs.
I think these guys may have been watching football over the weekend, because I haven't seen quite this much contact between players and close contact between players, I think, since our first year back in 2018.
Manny, low and hard to the inside. Oh, what a catch by Hormaetxea. Ripped it off the numbers. Manny over the top to the inside. Cut off by Hormaetxea. Inside placement. Manny all alone. He makes the catch. Forehand over the top. Hormaetxea stays. Ubilla attacking. Forehand powerfully back to the inside. Here's Manny now. Ubilla winds it up. Sidearm play. Well, Manny with a tip ball in the corner. Point and set. The Fireballs take it 6-1. 2 minutes, we'll play a third set.
I don't know. There was something violent about that set. You're a person who I know we've known each other quite a while, right?
Sure.
I know that if there's tension in the room, you pick up on it.
Yeah, you tend to see that after a slow start by one team in the first set, or they just say, heck with it. I'm just, if a guy's in the way, I'm just throwing. And I think that's kind of maybe what we saw a little bit more with the Fireballs. Oh, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that it was irresponsible.
No, what a 2-all that was.
I guess if I want to be creative, I would say they were playing with reckless abandon.
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, it's like, you see what I'm doing, you get out of the way. That's one way of playing highlight. Yeah. It's a dangerous way of playing highlight.
It's not malicious, but reckless is definitely the word.
I think it's not malicious.
No one's trying to go out there and hurt anybody, but... His throws are coming a little bit closer than I think anybody would want. There's a 2-all off the rebote by Hormaetxea, and that's the big advantage for Hormaetxea in this division, is that 2-all. I mean, we talked about it almost every time he plays. Whichever way you slice it, he's one of the leaders. Yeah, and this one comes close to Hormaetxea.
This is his own front quarter.
I think Hormaetxea just got to look at that too, and yeah, and that's a jarring thing.
Hormaetxea may be questioning decisions to get on airplanes and fly back to Miami. Look, I could just as easily get hit in Spain as I can here.
Well, as long as the 2-wall's still working, you know. I think we're going to be seeing Hormaetxea. How about this, Stu? Where do we have him here? Yeah, 8 2-wall kills in 16 attempts here in Division 2, so 50%. And we saw him just open it up in that second set, and that's really where the Fireballs started to build some momentum and ultimately win that set 6-1. Yeah, on the flip side, too, here, it's kind of interesting, Stu. I mean, we talk about Douglas and kind of pressing on him to throw a couple more shots. If you look at Douglas's numbers in this division specifically, he scores on 2-walls up over 70% of the time. He's 8 for 11. He just doesn't throw that many, but you look at his numbers.
He throws them accurately. That's
the thing.
That's appropriate.
We see Douglas, I mean, especially after losing a set, see him start to pick it up, and maybe this is the time he starts to open it up. I mean, but those numbers, 72% Stu, is the highest of any player in any doubles rank, so just got to keep throwing it.
It's impressive.
Serve begins our third set. Manny, sidearm play to the inside, cut off by Hormaetxea. There's the backhand. Manny, backhand clips. Hormaetxea leaping grab, but juggling on the catch of Hormaetxea. It's going to get Douglas and Manny the first point of this third and decisive set.
So the ball comes into the cesta and can roll. In fact, you expect it to roll. Roll from deep in the cesta up to the tip before you make that throw. It just can't bobble. It can't lose contact with the surface of the cesta, any surface of the cesta. You see it right there.
Ubilla comes over the top. Manny from the right side. Ubilla winds it up again. Hard to the inside. Look at Douglas reaching in, cuts it off. Rote comes shooting out. Hormaetxea drops it to the inside. Manny controls it. Ball missed on the right side of Ubilla. Back-to-back points, though, for the Warriors. Up 2-0.
That seems to be area of difficulty that Ubilla has. 2 times that we've seen a miss on the right side. What you would say maybe handballs in other sports basically have been down around his knees, specifically off his right knee.
Manny from the left side. There's the backhand. Ubilla from deep in the backcourt. Powerful throw, kicks off the sidewall. Manny's out of the way. Douglas digs out the rebote. No play for Hormaetxea. Ubilla from the back. Low runner inside. Douglas lets it pass. Comes back forward on the back end. Lays it up. Into the backcourt. Here's Ubilla. Hard throw from the left side. Manny gets in there. Forehand over the top. Ubilla with the leaping grab. Sidearm play. That slows it down. Catching 3 walls. Douglas gets in there for the rebote. Cut off by Hormaetxea. There's a 2-wall. Opening up.
What a catch.
Douglas stops it. He returns a high bounce carom.
Beautifully
that
done.
will score.
Beautifully done by
What a
Douglas.
shot by Douglas. That's 3 in a row for the Warriors.
He does it as well, if not the best, in battle court. That high carom. And you see, is it showy? No, it has a very specific purpose. You get it to pica. You get it to bounce so high that the guy running full bore towards it cannot get it.
I mean, if that's not thrown with a high bounce and with intent, Hormaetxea could get to
Absolutely.
it, to your points, too. Very well thrown. That's right in the corner. Douglas with a diving save keeps it going. Hormaetxea on the attack. The 2-wall thrown to score. Fireballs get one back. They're on the board now.
Hormaetxea took his time there. Saw both players coming in. You'll see he makes the catch. He's got good control. He can know anywhere. He sees Douglas cutting back to the inside.
That cut right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well done.
And again, with Douglas on the floor, you might expect the drop shot to come. That's not a bad read, just a good throw, good adjustment. Ooh, that serve is an ace for Hormaetxea. Fireballs with back-to-back points. They cut the deficit to just 1.
Yeah, you could wait a long time waiting for Manny to drop a serve. I mean, he just doesn't miss them.
And just the second ace for Hormaetxea in Division 2 doubles as well, so not many aces. Manny steps up to this serve, forehand. Caught off by Hormaetxea. There's the backhand. Rebote, forehand. Played to the inside, cut off by Hormaetxea. Douglas, backhand from the 7. Little bullet. Cut off by Ubilla. What a play. Here's Douglas now up at the front. Backhand. Kicking up and out. Robote left side. Play to the inside. Manny on the hop. Brings it down. Ubilla steps up to this one. Hard throw again. Manny not going to let that ball come out. Leaping grab back overhead. Ubilla now full wind up. Powerful throw. Kicks off the floor. Manny again right over Ubilla's head. Now he's out of the way. Hormaetxea alone for the Robote. Miscommunication. The Robote is missed.
Douglas did call him off. Douglas called Manny off. But that ball went right back to the side wall.
It's just a tough one.
But, I mean, again, I'm not talking about the danger to play anything up. It's just like, it's one thing not to have any fear of the ball. It's another thing to be like, and Ubilla, sorry for the snort, folks, but Ubilla's getting close.
Yeah, he really is. Manny from the left side. There's the low runner. Pulled in by Ubilla from the left side. Hard backhand. What a throw. Shoots off the back wall. Douglas. Great Robote return. Hormaetxea digs it out. No play for Douglas. Manny from the backcourt comes over the top. On the bounce, there's Ubilla. Good control up high on the left side. Big backhand. Douglas stays up there, actually backpedaling. Now fires it up at the three. Robote left side, controlled by Hormaetxea. Manny gets back in there, crashing into the side wall. Ubilla runs around this one, the backhand. Into the corner, nothing on it, and that scores. 4 in a row now for the Fireballs. Hormaetxea and Ubilla lead.
This is the power that I was talking about in the first set that we just weren't seeing Ubilla. He was making the catches, and then he was, look, he can throw without a lot of force wall to wall, but he has that little extra zip that he's been putting on here. You see, he just blasts it.
Yeah.
That wasn't there in the first set. It is now.
The power seems to be a little, I mean, it certainly has changed the momentum of this match, but it is a little dangerous too, no question about it. Ubilla, hard throw again. That's in the corner. Douglas, nice Robote. Able to pass with it. It's a tough save by Hormaetxea. Douglas, oh, what a scoop. Drop shot. Wow, beautiful, what a combination beautiful, by Douglas.
Beautiful, beautiful.
4-4 is the score. Douglas serve.
That's the type of aggressive front court play that Douglas needs to bring consistently. He has the ability to do it. He does it in practice. He gets a bit more conservative in the games. But that was beautifully executed by Douglas. Perfect throw.
Ubilla handles the serve. That's a bullet right in the corner and tipped by Manny. Wow, 5 points. Hormaetxea and Ubilla have a possible set and a possible match point.
Again, this right here, you've got to keep your composure. If that ball can come out to the Robote, let Douglas take it. Douglas right here should not feel under any pressure to try to pick this serve.
No.
If he's got it, great. But if not, let it go.
This is just surprising. I mean, the power seems to just be tripping up Manny, and we're not used to seeing him off his footing quite like this. Doesn't know what to go for. Ball's dropping in the corner. There's been a couple that Chula late in this third set. Good serve. Manny gets in there on the right side. Forehand right over his head. Picked up by Ubilla. Low runner. Well, this comes shooting out. Douglas off his footing. That ball's in play. Hormaetxea attacking. Into the drop shot. That drops in for the win. Point, set, and match. Hormaetxea and Ubilla take it in the third set, winning the final set 6-4. That was quite the comeback there by the Fireballs, Stu. After
you'll be hard-pressed to find a more aggressive game than that.
Oh, I mean, the power just picked up. The pace, everything. 6-1, Douglas and Manny in the first set, but Hormaetxea and Ubilla come back 6-1, 6-4, and they win that doubles match. First 2.5 points of the game day going the way of the Fireballs, and we'll see another replay here. Look at this. Powerful serve. Manny gets in there from the right side. Look at this throw by Ubilla, though. I mean, the power that he was putting behind each ball late in this match, particularly when the ball warmed up, Stu. I mean, look at this. Not a lot of time for Douglas to react. That's a pretty darn good save just to keep the rally going. But, you know, you have to respect the two-wall. And he's hanging deep and drops it in to score for the win. What a comeback there by the Fireballs. They now have 2.5 points on the game day. Coming up next, we have the 5th Division doubles. Jed and Ikeda take on Williams and Julin. Game day score now, 2.5 points for the Fireballs. One singles win worth 1 point, one doubles win worth 1.5 points, totaling those 2.5 on the game day. Look at that gap, though, Stu, now between the Warriors and the Fireballs. That gap was 3 coming into the day. It's now down to just half a point. If the Fireballs can win this one, at least for the moment, they'll jump ahead of the Warriors in the standings. We will be hearing from our winning team, Hormaetxea and Ubilla, here in just a few seconds. Well, I had to take them all the way into a third set, but in the end, that Fireballs team comes away with a huge win. Now we're going to hear from the 2 players. Here they are, Hormaetxea and Ubilla both. Guys, what a crazy match. I mean, how did it feel out there? Because back here for Stu and I felt like the pace was really high in that one.
Yeah, the game started off really fast, and in the beginning, they started up playing really hard. We were struggling to get in the groove, and we made a couple mistakes. But a little on, we got back in our groove and started playing better and better.
Awesome win for your team. And Ubilla, I mean, the power that you were throwing the ball from in the corner was just incredible. What are you feeling like when you're getting the ball out of the basket like that?
It feels great, man, especially when you actually make the point. But just like what Alex said, we started slow, especially on my end. I made 4 errors, then the ball kicked up a little bit more. It got a little bit hotter, which played a little bit more in our advantage, so we tackled the back, and we doubled down on that, and so it worked for us today, and so we're happy.
Awesome. Great win for you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.